Alright, so the X6 with the N55 motor has about 100,000 miles on it, so it's time to do spark plugs. There's a whole mess of stuff that you need to get off before you can actually have access to all 6 spark plugs, and this is what we're going to talk about. The first thing I started with was taking off the intake pipe. I didn't bother taking off the intake pipe from the intercooler because the last time I've done it, I had a hell of a time trying to get it back on. So it's loosened, but it's not fully off. And I took off this little connector from here to here because to get it loose, you want this little pipe. I don't even know what it's called, but you want the pipe off, and it's very brittle. So take it off. Be careful with it before you do that. Take this breather hose off, and then you can pull this side off. There is a plug back here, I believe, for the MAF that you also have to unplug. Next up, I took the air box off, and I worked on getting the plastic bracket holding this wiring harness off. So once the air box comes off, you can take off the 2 T25 Torx here, and then you have to unplug something. A T25 Torx is your best friend for this because everything here is mostly Torx. Anyways, and this is that bracket. Since it's still connected right there on the harness, I just kind of looped it out of the way, and that's perfectly fine. Next up, I started working on the cabin air filter side. So I took the cabin air filter off, and that way I can get to the other side, those 2 holes of the wiring harness bracket, which would be down here. It's more T25s. And lastly, there's these O2 sensor wires and the associated bracket, metal bracket down there. That's another T25 that you want to take off. So this is about 20 to 30 minutes of disassembly, depending how fast you work. And now at this point you have access to all 6 coils. This is pretty easy to do. I believe since this is an N55, you're going to need your specialized super skinny spark plug socket, this guy right here, I think. I can get it off. I have no clue. I got this thing for working on the N51 on my 128. But yeah. So this is a quick little overview on what you need to remove to get to the spark plugs on an N55 motor on a X5 or X6. So thank you guys for watching. Like and subscribe if this helped.